Alright, what's up, boys? Got a little bit of bad news. If you're seeing this Thursday, it's not that bad of news. But if you're seeing this Monday, sorry, the dyno broke. So, had the VR4 sent to the dyno shop Thursday. They had an Audi on the dyno Friday, and the bearings went out on the front rollers. So they ordered the parts. It's Monday now. The parts should be here today or tomorrow. If they are, I'll be at the dyno shop Wednesday, and that video will still come out Monday with the VR4. If that's the case, you're seeing this Thursday. I'm going to turn this over by hand and get this started up for spring, the FD. So I'm gonna push this out and get this on the lift. I gotta do an oil change, gotta turn this over by hand because it's been sitting. I've done multiple videos on that. I'm not gonna record it. You take all this apart up front, the intercooler and everything out. You pull the plugs out. You put a wrench on the crank. It's not really a crank. The eccentric shaft on a rotary. You turn it over by hand. You put a little bit of transmission fluid in the spark plug holes. Lube up those apex seals so they don't tear on startup after they've been sitting for so long. So I'm going to do that, and I will probably switch out the radiator. I'll probably record that. Probably use my sky jacks. Talked about them before. You just put one of these under each wheel, and you literally just barely push the car, and you can spin it around in a circle, whatever you need. Look how easy this is. This is amazing. Do this all with one finger. Alright, boys, like I said, I've shown this numerous times on turning the engine over by hand. I'm just going to walk you through real quick what I'm going to do, and I'll bring you back once I start doing the radiator. You got to get this all out. So take off all your intercooler stuff, move this out the way, and then you can get a socket down in that eccentric shaft right there. And then you can just turn it over by hand, pull your plugs out, put some transmission fluid in there, and keep turning it. And I will bring it back once that's all done and we start taking the radiator out. Alright, got new plugs in, got the spark plug wires back on. I'm gonna drain this radiator. There's like a pinhole, it drips like right here. So one of these fins has probably just got a little pinhole in it somewhere. It only drips for about 3 seconds, and then once it gets warm, it expands and it stops leaking. And then it usually doesn't leak all year, so I don't understand that. And then I need my intercooler from another YouTuber that'll be unnamed. Alright, let's see how much of a mess I can make. Let's lower the car a little bit. This is gonna be so much fun. I got the top closed, so it shouldn't just come gushing out right now. If there's even anything in it.
That was anticlimactic.
I know. It's gonna go right now. Are you ready?
Yep.
Make it a mess?
Right in the middle.
Look at that. What do you guys know about that? Look how satisfying that is when you just get something right. Alright, well, this is the first time I've ever done a radiator on an RX-7. I'm just going along with it. I'm going to move this relay box out of the way, and then I'm pretty sure this thing is just going to unbolt in these corners and just come straight up. I haven't worked on this car enough to remember where everything goes, so I always just put the bolts back where I got them from, if that's possible. I don't understand why whoever put this in before me has 2 clamps on every hose. Alright, and then you got these 2 nuts over here. You got a nut right there. And there's supposed to be one over here, but mine doesn't have it. So it's gonna be to get back in.
Without hurting anything, yeah.
There we go. There's the old one. Let's open up the new ones. I haven't even looked at this yet. I'm probably gonna have to take those mounts off. This is garbage. So I bought this radiator from another YouTuber who remain unnamed. It's half the size. The fan wires are cut. This is ridiculous. Alright, I gotta figure out where my leak is. See if I can have it tagged somewhere. It's just a small drip. Might have even been leaking from one of the hoses. Alright, Adrian just went to go get a pressure tester so we can test my coil. I should have opened this up first. I don't know why he thought that I wanted to buy a smaller junk radiator. He's got these like zip tied on. Like the mounts aren't even right. It is what it is. Alright, well, we're trying to pressure test this. I think it was just this hose leaking because it wasn't clamped down all the way. Is what I'm hoping.
higher.
I can't hold it anymore.
It's holding almost 15 psi.
So it's holding 15 psi. I think this was just leaking right here. It sits in the car like this, and I would have a small drip that came out like right here. And I think it was actually leaking from here because you can see there's like antifreeze on this. So I just took this out for no reason, but the reason why I took it out was because I thought I had a bigger, better radiator with a fan shroud, not some hokey junk shit. It's pretty much a waste of time, but at least I know the radiator isn't leaking. All right, boys, we're gonna throw this back together. I'm not gonna record it. It's the reverse of me taking it apart. Literally did it all for no reason, but I guess at least a handful of you would know how to take a radiator out of an FD now. And I'm gonna start the car up. I'll bring you back once it's all put back together. All right, I'm using this thingamabobber jig to fill the radiator up. It lets air out without you like making a big old mess. I don't know what it's called. It's like a funnel, filler upper doohickey. What?
How much are you mixing of that?
How much am I? It's straight.
You don't run 50-50?
Yeah, it's close. What do you want? What do you want? Put a gallon of water. That was only a quarter. That wasn't even a quarter. It was like right here.
It's your mixture. I don't give a shit.
All right, let me put a battery in this and start it up.
Is that the factory location for it?
No.
You gotta be cool and put it in the trunk.
It was like that when I got it. Fucking crybaby today, aren't you? I'm leaving all this in as bonus feature.
Adrian being a smart ass.
Now see if she starts up. Now we pretty much just need it to warm up, and once the thermostat opens, it'll suck the rest of that down. This car sounds so good, doesn't it? It smells like a two-stroke. I love this car. Thermostat opened, I topped this off. Pretty sure I'm good. Yeah, I think that hose was leaking out the top. They had two clamps on there for some reason. So I ended up just cleaning it up with a Brillo pad and only using one new good clamp. I don't think the radiator was ever leaking. But this thing's all warmed up, so I'm gonna pull it out, probably rip on it for a little bit. So dirty. Look at this. I don't even know if it'll show up on camera. Just covered in dirt. There you go. It's covered everywhere. Such a shame that I don't take care of stuff. I gotta take those ugly ass fog lights off. I don't know why I didn't just do that. Fog lights have gotta go. I gotta get a better clutch for this car, man. This clutch does not need to be this aggressive. So sticky. I can't even see out of this windshield. It's so dirty. This thing needs a bath so bad. This clutch is so aggressive. What do you guys think about if I single turbo this? So I'm pretty sure the turbos are leaking a little bit because there's oil in that intercooler. And XS Boost said that they can rebuild these stock twin turbos, but I think I'm just gonna go single. I wanted to try to keep this like OEM plus with like upgraded stock turbos. I can't find the upgraded stock turbos anywhere. Oh, she's shooting flames, boys. I forgot she did that. I always sit here and act like I'm ready to get rid of it. And as soon as I drive it, I say this all the time. Getting a little warm, boys. She's not up in the... I hate these gauges on these 90s cars. I have no idea what the temp is. Oh, there we go. She's cooling down a little bit. Let's go check this antifreeze, though. Why aren't these fans turning on? Did it turn on when I turned the fan on? Okay, the AC fan turns on. This fan's not turned on anymore. Alright, let's take this off and mess with that plug. It's not dripping any antifreeze, so that's a plus. Okay, it's super corroded in there. I cleaned it up a little bit. Oh, now it's gonna work. There's a bunch of dust in there. Alright, I gotta clean this up. Let me turn the AC fan on so at least one fan's going. I'm not gonna be able to hold the camera and record this. I'm just gonna scrape those clean. Okay, got it all plugged up. Good thing I noticed that, huh? Driving around with no fan. Thing would just melt it down to the ground. It wouldn't have done it today, but if I would have taken it out like sometime in August, it's like 100 degrees out and I don't have any fans, that would have been bad. I should just wire this to that so they're both always on. I'll do that sometime. Just wire these two fans together. Alright boys, that's gonna be the end of this video. I will see you in the next one. I should be at the dyno. I should be at the dyno tomorrow.